We ain't baby all close.
Nah, you stupid.
But yo, look, Puff is
Nah. You working with
I've known
Pac?
Puff for 30 years.
You saw Big before he passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close. And Jack, what were you saying?
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And,
Who's telling the story, right? You can skew
People very close to the situation.
but you can create any narrative.
I look at the computer. The computer say, Floyd said, T.I. Nelly fucked 50. I'm like, what did he say f- for? Nelly fucked your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fiance. Say fuck that.
People would think it would be unethical, especially if you've been accused of such things, to be the person blowing the whistle on other people being accused of such things. 50 don't give a. Okay? He don't give a. He posted the Netflix thing. He said number 1 in 36 countries and 11 others still going up. Okay? Now, here it is. 50 is now posted a picture, an edited picture of that. A picture that someone drew of Jay-Z.
50 Cent's Diddy docuseries didn't just make headlines. It sent shockwaves through the streaming landscape. From the moment it premiered, it climbed the charts at a startling speed, briefly overtaking established giants like ** Stranger Things. Whether viewers tuned in out of curiosity, nostalgia, or pure intrigue, the message became clear almost immediately. 50 Cent was not here to play it safe. He arrived to challenge long-protected narratives with precision, confidence, and control. Just as audiences assumed the conversation was beginning to cool, fresh online chatter reignited the momentum. Talk of a second season is growing louder each day, and the rumored scope is even more ambitious. Industry whispers suggest the next chapter could explore what fans have started calling the Jay-Z files. If confirmed, it would instantly become one of the most discussed moments in modern hip-hop documentary history. Jay-Z may not be the only major figure involved. Speculation now points to as many as 7 high-profile personalities who could emerge as central focuses next season, each connected by influence, shared history, unresolved questions, or industry narratives that never fully disappeared from public memory and debate.
I think, and just to kind of like roll off of what 50 was saying, I did not believe that I did not believe that it was going to be this crazy, but he's been the biggest champion of it. And so I think the goal was, the original conversation that 50 and I had in sitting down and talking about it, in the wake of Cassie filing her lawsuit, which is when we kind of had our first conversation, right then, was understanding that there were a lot of rumors in the industry. There was a lot of talk about, some of this bad behavior. I think Cassie's lawsuit, the level of detail that, getting underneath the hood and seeing the level of detail that she brought forward was really a lot to digest. And I think that both 50 and I were really interested in the nuances of tackling a story like this, like kind of understanding, where does the role of victim, begin and end versus like being a perpetrator, and kind of understanding cycles of violence and these kind of reoccurring patterns, and just seeing how complex the story was, and that no one was really treating it like that. Everyone was just very focused on salacious headlines and like with no context, and so I think for us, we wanted to put that care into the story.
But they did characterize it as a hit piece in the very beginning, is because they didn't get a chance to watch it, when they were saying that. And then after they see it, you see everyone's changed their mind, and it becomes the number 1 dog.
But also, someone calling it a hit piece was a statement from Diddy's team. So, I mean, what's your response to Diddy's team? Of course, they're going to probably have an opinion. And then what's your opinion on people that just say that you're petty? Are you petty?
I accept that. I'll take that. I'll wear that. I'm fine. I have antics that I've become comfortable with on social media because of the usage of social media. That's just that. You know what I mean? But when they look at, they'll say, me deciding to go on ABC is petty. The morning show is the biggest show. These people, they came. It's a great opportunity to be on that actual platform, but they looked at it further and said it's airing in prison, so this would be why I would like to do that. And it didn't come across as a reason not to. Of course, I was aware that it would be airing.
And for both of you, one of the other questions fans are asking is, there are a lot of great and powerful interviews in this, but where are A-list celebrities? Where are people in his orbit that remain silent? Like, they've never really even spoken out against the allegations or anything that's going on. Are people just concerned about their careers? Are they afraid to speak out? Because I remember Harvey Weinstein, right away everyone was like piling on and talking. Why is everyone afraid to say anything about Diddy?
It's a part of the hip hop culture. Like, they think that they are telling something. Or just mind your business type of thing. Like, so if there's no, other than that, you would look, if I wasn't saying the things that you've heard me say, there would be nothing being said at all. So it'd just be, you would assume that the culture is for those behaviors.
Early rumors about season 2 of 50 Cent's hard-hitting Netflix series sparked intense speculation, but one name few expected to enter the discussion was Marlon Wayans. Known widely for Scary Movie and White Chicks Asterisk, his connection initially felt random. That changed after recent tension between the two made the link impossible to ignore. It began quietly during an interview where Wayans was asked about the documentary. Instead of praise, he urged restraint, suggesting the situation was personal and shaped by long-running conflict rather than pure storytelling. He emphasized accountability, timing, and the idea that actions carry consequences, especially when someone is already under public pressure. Wayans was not directly defending anyone. He was questioning intent and warning that documentaries rarely capture every layer of truth. That perspective, however, did not sit well with 50 Cent. He responded almost immediately on social media, using sharp humor, exaggerated visuals, and callbacks to Wayans' past roles to flip the attention. What followed was a fast-moving digital clash driven by memes, AI-generated images, and constant posts, transforming a philosophical disagreement into a highly visible standoff that only amplified curiosity about what a second season might reveal next for audiences everywhere watching closely unfold.
Time for a social media beef with 50 Cent. What was it like in the family chat? Well, brothers, they were funny. Damon was like, why you pick the biggest brother? He's on gamma rays. Stick to beefing with Soulja Boy, Kevin Hart, people that we can beat. You fight him. Leave guys that got shot 9 times alone. He survived 9. And so I backed out. I just said his name. They asked me about the documentary. I was like, I didn't see it. And then they asked me about it, and I just gave my opinion. I was just like, I don't think brothers need to be quarreling in public like that. And then what I get into? A public quarrel with a brother. And I just think it was bad for the culture. And I kind of backed out. I don't even say that name anymore. If you ask me, hey, you got change of $1? I need a half $1. So you need a half $1.
All right. So I'm going to make it abundantly clear. I'm not here defending Diddy. I am here because I got dragged into this because somebody asked me a question and I had an opinion. Nobody's wrong for giving an opinion about any subject. Period. I'm not here defending Diddy. Don't let the narrative fool you or get to you. Once again, somebody's creating narratives. This is my point. So please look at the whole clip that I did and then look what happens with the narrative. And that's what I'm telling you. Y'all people don't be sheep. Use your brain, use your freedom of thought, freedom of speech, and don't ever let nobody bully you. Never. Don't let nobody bully you. You got me? Love. Now back to trolling this troll.
What makes this clash compelling is not just the celebrity names involved, but the timing surrounding it. The tension erupted precisely as discussion of the documentary reached its peak, turning what could have been a passing remark into days of non-stop online jabs and viral meme exchanges. Wayans has maintained that his position was never about defending anyone or picking sides, but about balance, perspective, and how stories are framed. Still, to 50 Cent and many viewers, the message landed differently. The reaction signaled something larger unfolding. Marlon Wayans is no longer commenting from the sidelines. He has been pulled directly into the narrative itself as public attention intensifies daily now.
What do you think about the back and forth between 50 and Marlon Wayans?
With him and Marlon Wayans, I don't understand, Marlon got his own opinion, just like everybody got an asshole. He got his own opinion too. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to say whatever he wants to say. But, when you know somebody is going to war or don't like somebody or somebody got a beef with somebody, unless you want to be a part of that beef or take a part of that, why you gonna get involved in it? You understand? You know, keep your opinion to yourself. If you know those two people got a beef and you got a voice out here, Marlon got a voice because he comes from that family that has done a crazy, comedy shows and things for our community as far as being the elites of the comedy world and then of the movie world. And he comes from that family, bro. So, you putting his voice and saying that, 50 is doing something wrong and stuff like that. People can't tell people what to do and how to do with their lives and with their time and everything like that. And if he's going against Puff and he's putting stuff out there, that's his business. That's him and Puff's business. You understand? Like people try to say I'm doing something wrong. That's me and Puff's business. You understand? No, but it's all right for him to send dudes to try to do something to me. It's all right for him to, send people or get them information so I can lose my job. It's all right for them to do what they do. You understand? But when they see somebody like me or doing it back or saying something, I gotta be some broke this, I gotta be some jealous this, I gotta be some hating ass and stuff like that. No, this is war. You understand? I might not have the ammunition he have. I might not have the people that he have. So for Marlon Wayans to go at 50 like that, both of them got money. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got, their own peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? But for Marlon to put out a clip that is an AI generated clip against 50, that's something whole different, bro. That's something whole, and I see that's happening right now. They got a clip of me holding a picture of Diddy, and I think it's 50 or somebody in the bed together. You understand? I ain't never had that picture right there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen that. That's a lie. But they're allowing that like that to come on the internet. You know what I'm saying? They're allowing people, to cut and paste and put stuff out there and make people seem like, they are some kind of fanoid, some homosexual ass whatever. And I know you can't say that on a thing, but that's what it is, bro. And I just hate that they are allowed and they can't be sued for doing stuff like that, man. And that's what, if you're going to do anything, you should be able to sue somebody to be doing stuff like that. For him to put 50 in the hot tub with Puff or get that picture when he knows it's an AI generated picture, that was low. That was real low. But he said, so since 50 trolling, I'm a troll. So have that same energy when you see that man. Keep trolling when you see that man. And that's what I got to say about that one. My whole thing about it is, bro, people going around saying, but Diddy's in jail. And him being in jail don't bring back none of the people that died, not only on his watch, on his making. It don't bring back Big. You know what I'm saying? I heard one journalist talk about, Suge Knight is the one who, Big and set Big up and everything like that. So let me ask you something. Suge Knight was working in accordance with Puff to get Big out of California. He was working with Puff to keep Big from going to London. Suge Knight was working with Puff to do that? I don't think so. I heard Puff tell Kirk Burroughs on that Thursday, yo, Big ain't going nowhere. You could go by yourself, but Big ain't going nowhere. You know what? When you look at things and they see things, you know that facts will change your feeling.
Next in the spotlight is Jay-Z, and his appearance in the conversation feels inevitable. If any figure was expected to surface after Diddy amid 50 Cent's expanding focus on industry power, it was always Jay. Their histories in music and business overlap for decades, shaped by collaboration, quiet rivalry, and competition that never fully disappeared. Those layers have long fueled speculation even in calmer times. Now, with momentum from the docuseries continuing to build, fans increasingly believe Jay-Z's story could become the next major chapter. Such a move would pull another heavyweight narrative into public view and reshape how power, legacy, and influence are discussed across music, media, and business circles.
Your point of view, was they really friends or not?
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his ass, and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z. Now, I don't know what kind of statement, and I can't say, I wish I could say half a homo, but I know I can't say it, but I don't know what kind of half a homo that is, and you trying to say that you're not close to somebody. You coming on stage, patting them on their ass, and then you making a broad statement to the public, can't nobody call me Sean but Sean Carter. And I heard Jay-Z said the same thing about them. But they were so close that they had matching white girls together. Because when they used to see each other, they used to say, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? He'd be like, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? So, I guess that's a certain type of...
50 Cent has already fueled the speculation on Instagram, and the moves appear deliberate. A recent post featuring Jay-Z immediately sent engagement soaring, with comment sections filling rapidly as fans repeated phrases like Jay-Z files and predicted a future season centered on him. Rather than shut the idea down, 50 leaned into it, liking comments that pushed the theory forward and quietly intensifying the rumors. Considering Jay-Z's massive influence, decades-long career, and expansive business reach, the possibility of a documentary examining his legacy and relationships is enough to hold attention. His long-standing association with Diddy only deepens interest. Jay's continued silence has amplified speculation even further. While nothing has been officially confirmed, online momentum has reached a point where many viewers now treat his involvement in the next chapter as nearly inevitable within current streaming culture and hip-hop media conversations worldwide today online.
Now, a lot of people think it's unethical for a rapper to be blowing the whistle on another rapper, given the fact that many rappers do the same things. Now, maybe not Diddy things, but like, you know, I can tell you, I know many rappers who they do domestically assault their woman. They have put their hands on their woman. They have beat their woman before. They have a domestic case. People would think it would be unethical, especially if you've been accused of such things, to be the person blowing the whistle on other people being accused of such things. 50 don't give a okay? He don't give a. He posted the Netflix thing. He said #1 in 36 countries and 11 others still going up. Okay? Now, here it is. 50 is now posted a picture, and an edited picture of that. A picture that someone drew of Jay-Z. And 50 said, please stop sending me stuff like this. I'm not going to post it. But of course, he's being facetious because he posted the picture that he claimed he wouldn't post. Now, that's not the interesting part, y'all. The interesting part is when you look at it, 50 was in the comments here and he was liking posts. You can't see what the author, which will be 50, likes. But 50, and I guess I could post it on, give me a second. I could post it on our burner page. Wait, what? Wait. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Every time I open my phone, I see like a million tweets. Anyway, because I don't want to slow the stream now. 50 is liking these comments, and these comments are saying, yo, do the documentary on Jay-Z next, right? Oh, actually, people posted on Twitter. So they're actually saying, and they're encouraging, and 50's liking it. Here we go. So 50 Cent liking the comments, hinting Jay-Z's next. Somebody says, my only question. He's next, isn't he? 50 liked it. Okay.
Another name gaining serious momentum for Season 2 is Rick Ross, and this is far from baseless speculation. The rivalry carries real history and unresolved tension. The conflict between Rick Ross and 50 Cent spans nearly 20 years, ranking among hip-hop's most visible and enduring feuds. It began in the late 2000s, after lyrics interpreted as indirect shots prompted 50 Cent to respond with direct diss records, igniting years of lyrical back and forth, media commentary, and relentless online antagonism. What started as musical competition gradually expanded beyond records, evolving into lawsuits, personal allegations, and sustained digital mockery that fans still reference today. The hostility never truly faded. In March 2025, 50 reignited the feud by ridiculing Ross's involvement in the Millennium Tour and questioning his audience poll, triggering a public response from Ross filled with sharp criticism and personal remarks. With documentary momentum increasing, 50 now appears to be revisiting unfinished business, signaling that this long-standing rivalry may be approaching its most aggressive and revealing phase yet.
Hey guys, I just saw a very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I wanted to say to everyone, that I hope that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world, that part where the young guy was he did this little move and shit and got knocked the fuck out, right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp, and he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305 Killers.
Another figure appearing on the Season 2 radar is Janice Combs, a name rarely centered in headlines but potentially critical to understanding how Diddy was formed. As the single mother who raised him largely alone after his father's early death, her influence during his formative years was substantial. A former model and teacher's assistant, Janice worked tirelessly, often balancing multiple jobs to provide structure, opportunity, and education. She has publicly challenged what she describes as inaccuracies in the documentary's depiction of Diddy's upbringing, maintaining that her household was rooted in discipline, sacrifice, and care rather than instability. However, contrasting accounts from individuals familiar with the family during that period complicate the narrative. Some describe an environment shaped by adult exposure, blurred boundaries, and situations that may have placed a young Diddy in circumstances beyond his emotional maturity. If explored with nuance, Janice Combs' story could become one of the series' most layered and consequential elements, offering insight into the origins of a legacy that continues to provoke debate and division today.
I've already said that I believe that he was victimized, and I think it happened long before the industry. People really don't want to look closer into his childhood and to what his mama had going on in that house. God knows what he saw and what happened to him in his own mama house. All of those strangers, them up involved, looking around, seeing what was going on. And let's just be clear, it sounds like her house was a house of, professional freak-offs. So who knows what he saw or what could have happened to him while she was busy entertaining people and pouring and getting tips, as she would say, for her after-hour life.
Oh yeah. He was. I'm gonna say he was surprised to hear that.
School bus. No, was he surprised or was he like, zip it? You talking too much? Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like you talking a little bit too much. They don't need to know about that. While she was sitting up there, oh, because I was a bus driver and I was this, and I worked at the after hours. And I would pour them drinks and they would give me big tips.
She did say it just like that. Big tips. You know,
Big tip and spending cheeks.
in Sean's own words, in Diddy's own words, he had said he had a sigh of relief learning that he was the son of a hustler or a gangster. Like he wanted that status. He wanted to say that he was a sigh of relief is a wild thing to say, that your daddy was a gangster or a hustler. That's what you heard that he was.
Well, I mean, like Tim said, they had a bunch of blaxploitation movies being played around the house all the time. They grew up with the Mac playing. They grew up with Superfly playing. Like, I mean, if that's what you got going on, you got two women in the house and there's no men around, and these are what the little boys are watching. You got basketball players coming over late at night. You got hustlers coming over, PIMPs coming over, women who look like they were modeling for Jet Magazine coming over. Like, it sounds like the nature of the environment is what shaped their perception of what cool was.
Another name resurfacing for season 2 is Ray J, and anyone assuming 50 Cent would avoid this territory is likely mistaken. While Ray J is rarely grouped alongside industry powerhouses like Jay-Z or Diddy, his name consistently reemerges at pivotal moments. 50 Cent has never shied away from reopening unresolved chapters. Their connection stems less from music and more from controversy, including a long-discussed backstage incident in Las Vegas involving Ray J and Fabulous. 50 has repeatedly revisited the situation publicly, blending humor with skepticism while dismissing the seriousness of the narrative. More recently, he has kept Ray J within his commentary orbit by reposting clips from Ray J's media appearances, often adding captions that feel deliberate rather than coincidental. Viewed collectively, the pattern suggests Ray J is not incidental background noise, but a calculated component in a broader storyline that 50 appears increasingly prepared to elevate.
Now, as a journalist, you heard me say what I said, and that's kind of what cranked this whole thing up. But then fast forward to the documentary. Just saying that they was getting their ass taken, bro. I didn't say that. Multiple times. You were kept partying. You owe you some money? I mean, you know. Yo, what the f is going on in this world, bro? You said I woke up with females in the bed. Then I woke up and Diddy was in the bed. What was Diddy doing in the bed, bro? Ooh, damn. I went and took a and my coming out. Way more runnier. I'm feeling sore around the rear end area. Okay, I got you. I know what happened. I've been taken. And now I'm still here partying, acting like nothing.
Another figure drawing attention for season 2 is Stevie J, and this case stands apart because it isn't driven by rivalry or past conflict, but by allegiance. Stevie J has long been connected to the bad boy inner circle as both producer and insider, making his vocal support of Diddy during the fallout from the Reckoning docuseries especially striking. Instead of remaining silent, he publicly announced his willingness to stand beside Diddy and defend him, a declaration that immediately ignited online reactions due to its confidence and intensity. As expected, 50 Cent seized the opportunity, responding with calculated humor and sharp commentary that pushed the statement into viral focus. He didn't merely mock the moment, but questioned its authenticity, challenging how deep that loyalty truly runs and whether it would withstand genuine pressure when tested beyond words and public posture.
Curtis, what's good, man? You and your feelings about Daphne? Is she with gang them? Or is it that you sucking little Rod dick? However it go, I want you to fade for all that. Since it's entertainment,
Let me beat the shit out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis!
I'm stuck to this, yo. Fine with it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Think somebody want to fight me? My shit's up. My shit's up. I hope you get past the security.
He questioned where loyalty truly stood and whether the emotions fueling the situation were sincere or influenced by outside relationships. He made it clear that he wanted the discussion resolved publicly rather than through indirect commentary. Framing the moment as entertainment, he openly challenged the matter to be addressed face-to-face on camera, urging the other side not to avoid confrontation or hide behind excuses. He called him out directly by name, emphasizing his readiness to stand firmly behind his words. The pressure was deliberate, the confidence unmistakable. The message concluded with a bold provocation, daring him to move past security, step into the spotlight, and prove he was truly about action rather than talk.